In Khaled Hosseini's novel The Kite Runner, Amir finds himself constantly competing for his father's love and approval. It is the thing that led him to constantly push around Hassan and tease him about his illiteracy. It also drove him to set himself up for success and motivate him, like winning the kite tournament, which came with its own consequences. Amir put his want for fatherly validation above the other relationships in his life, which meant the end of his friendship with Hassan. He chose to take the blue kite to his father instead of helping and possibly saving Hassan in the alley, just to see the look on his Baba's face when he saw how his son made him proud. On page 77, Amir says internally, "Nothing was free in this world. Maybe Hassan was the price I had to pay, the lamb I had to slay, to win Baba. Was it a fair price? The answer floated to my conscience before I could thwart it. He was just a Hazara, wasn't he?" In turn, this ultimately put a rift between Amir and Hassan, as Amir couldn't bear treating Hassan like a friend again, due to his own guilt that oversaw everything from that point on in his life. Amir couldn't bear how Hassan always would be there for him, when Amir wasn't there for Hassan in his great moment of need. On page 92, Amir throws pomegranates at Hassan, wanting and intending for him to fight back and show aggression and even hatred towards Amir. But Hassan just stands up, takes a pomegranate, and squeezes it all over his own face. Amir had tested Hassan just like that in the past on page 54 when he asks Hassan if he would really eat dirt for him. Of course, Hassan, being the caring and devoted child he was, said yes. He would eat dirt if Amir asked him to. Hassan tells Amir right before he runs for the blue kite, "For you 1,000 times over." Later in life, when Amir is reading the letter Hassan wrote for him when he was with Rahim Khan, he makes it clear that Amir will always have a friend in Kabul. Hassan's undying loyalty and kindness to Amir is one of the main things that contribute to Amir's guilt. The Theory and Practice in Language Studies journal says that, based off Freud's theory of psychology, quote, "The loss of their identification is commonly suffered among children who are coldly treated by their parents. In order to regain their parents' love, they try their most effort to act accordingly to the parents' will," unquote. Since Amir's mother died during childbirth and never got to experience maternal affection, it makes him strive to gain his father's approval even more so. Which is why when Amir's father gives his praise to Hassan constantly, it makes Amir think his father favors Hassan over himself. The Yid drives Amir to hate Hassan and desire more parental love. American psychologist Charles Snyder said that the reason why people have a tendency to pursue the pleasure principle and escape suffering pains is that they want to satisfy biological and psychological needs. For Amir, it is proving to his father that his son is not a failure, and that he has the capability of succeeding in something important to him. Amir's guilt follows him into America and is constantly hanging over his head, like on page 188 when Amir and Soraya learn that they are unable to have children. Amir thinks that maybe something or someone decided to deny him fatherhood for the things that he had done in the past. This is a clear response to his regret about what happened in the alley that day. This then creates a divide between Amir and Soraya, as the baby was what they wanted so badly, and having that denied from them made a rift between them. Then when he finds out Hassan was his half-brother, it legitimized the relationship he had with him, as he never had the courage or bravery to admit that Hassan was his friend. When he has the opportunity to save Sohrab, his half-nephew, who is in a similar position that Hassan once was in, he undoubtedly takes it. This is his chance for redemption. Using a charcoal medium, I attempted to create what I interpreted as the role guilt played in Amir's life, taking on its own life form and following him through the decades of his life. I put brother written in Pashto in quotes to represent what Hassan always was to Amir, despite his reluctance to say so as a child. But what I really took away from this book was that the definition of family is never concrete, and to appreciate and be grateful for the people in our lives that unknowingly support us and see us through hard times, as that is what they are there for.